So last week in the mastermind at College Boulevard Mission Farms, the topic was pre-inspections. And what the impetus of this was a conversation that many of our brokers have been having, many of you have been having, trying to hold transactions together through inspections and renegotiations after, as well as a conversation I had when I was in DC with a couple of other brokers. And we were talking about, I was telling them about some challenges we were having with a transaction. And one of them said, I wonder if we need to start bringing back pre-inspections. Could this alleviate a lot of the challenges and really cancellations that we're having, risk of cancellations that we're having during the inspection process? So I was really interested to know what kind of what the outcome of the mastermind was last week, what you all thought about pre-inspections, and there's definitely thoughts on both sides, and there are risks, rewards for doing pre-inspections. However, right now, I think the reward is probably higher than the risk for most sellers. I get it. You're thinking, and your sellers are probably thinking, well, this house is going to sell immediately. This is going to be a hot property. It's going to go under contract immediately. And that could be the case. But right now, there's a lot of buyers that are still doing inspections. And while it might go under contract really quickly, after that inspection is done, you're going to have challenges. And the challenges that we're seeing are, if the seller didn't disclose something that they thought was totally benign on the seller's disclosure, the buyers are flipping out, thinking that the sellers are lying to them. They're trying to hide something. Emotions are high right now with inspections. So while you might go under contract really quick, your risk is if the buyer does inspections, even if they're doing it in its present condition addendum and they're not allowed to negotiate for repairs, they still, if they check box 2 or 3, have the rights to do inspections, and a lot of them are. And then they're coming back and it's a mess. So having that pre-inspection done is going to avoid the mess you're going to get after inspections, even with an in its present condition addendum. And honestly, I feel, my opinion, that you're more apt to get a higher offer with a box 3 or a box 2 in its present condition addendum if you have a pre-inspection available for the buyer. I think you're actually going to drive the price up versus, many people's opinion is that you're going to drive the price down because now you're showing the buyer all these things that are wrong with the house. It is actually going to give you an edge. And with buyers having to make, really quick choices with homes selling quick, multiple offers, it gives them some reassurance, which certainty always drives price up. So we put together this great kind of risk reward for you to take out to your sellers and explain to them the risk reward of a pre-inspection. Remember, all we do is educate, they make the decision. So there's definitely some advantages to doing a pre-inspections and some drawbacks you need to be aware of. But with 70% of canceled contracts right now due to home inspections, this is worth a conversation with your sellers. Hope this is helpful. You can find this PDF linked here in this email. I'm sure Ryan is going to have and Cece are going to have it up on GreenLink ASAP, and you can find it in your seller and buyer assets. Have a good one.